see somebody has hopped on. Go ahead and share this on out. Let everybody know that the Girl You Better podcast is live. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday fun day, whether you're relaxing, getting ready for your week, or you're out somewhere enjoying this beautiful weather. At least I hope it's beautiful weather wherever you are. We'll wait one more minute. I have a very special guest for you all, and I can't wait to introduce her. Okay, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. If this is the first time that you are seeing my face, my name is Coach Ronnie B, and I am the Resiliency and Relationship Coach. And what that means is that I help people discover tools that they can use for their mind, body, and spirit so that they show up as their highest self every single day of their lives, no matter what life brings to them. And also, I always have to mention that the most important relationship is the one that you have with yourself. So make sure that the relationship that you have with yourself is one that is kind, that is good, and that is prosperous, of course, because everybody wants to live their most elevated life. And today, on part 5, we are at part 5, you all, of the birthing series on the Girl You Better podcast. I have the pleasure of introducing Miss Tiba Brown.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, you all, let me tell you about Miss Tiba. Author Tiba Brown, owner of ExNihilo. Did I pronounce that right?
Nihilo. It took me a long time.
Nihilo. Thank you so much. Development. LLC, which is currently developing multi-units totaling over $25 million in North Omaha with pending construction bids in Texas over $1 million, is also the owner of I'm So Woman LLC, focusing on the broken woman, and a franchise owner of Signal 88 Security Franchise in Southeast Texas. Now, as the creator and founder of Big Girl Confidence, established in 2005, that empowers plus size women in photography, networking, modeling, and more, she has created, franchised, and sold a Little Extra Boutique LLC. Tiba published a book titled, Well, If I'm Going to Be Fat Anyway, and currently is dedicated to educating the importance of entrepreneurship as an underpaid, underappreciated, and overworked staff to 3 children under the age of 9 years old, I might say, in their cotton candy business called Taking Candy from a Baby, established this year in 2021. Latiba is also the proud mother of 8 children and wife to 1 husband for over 23 years. She's a veteran in this thing called marriage, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining the show.
Absolutely.
You are guest number 5 on the birthing series.
Well, I definitely want to thank you for your platform. I thank you for birthing out this podcast. And because of that, we have a voice. So you are definitely an example of the birthing season. And just kind of speaking to you, you said it happened this year. I believe it was this year that it happened. So
Yeah.
it is in the right season. And because of that, we all have a voice to give to people that are listening to us.
Thank you. And it is, every time I do this, it's refreshing, it's exciting, it's new. It's something that I'm passionate about. So I definitely know I'm in the right place doing the right thing. So are you ready to get started?
I am ready. I am ready.
Okay. So the question that I have asked everyone that has appeared um, for this birthing season series, that is going to be a speaker at the event on December the 4th in Omaha, Nebraska. That is facilitated by the visionary Lachey Pogge, Minister Lachey Pogge. Let me say. Um, why did you accept to be a part of the birthing season event?
Great question. Well, Ronnie, it's who I am. It's what I was born to do. And what I mean by that is I've always been different. Even in class, I didn't fit in. Nowhere at work, I fit in. I didn't fit in with any cliques, nothing like that. But I've always known that I was different, and because of that, I think I have a different message. I still come, definitely. My foundation is God, but I come with a different message. And what I mean by that is, let's take a look at 2020. In
Mm-hmm.
January of 2020, okay, let's take it December 31st, 1999, or excuse me, 2019. Let's go there.
Okay.
Everyone said 2020 is the year of vision. You can see memes about it. If you actually look at it, a lot of sermons, they were talking about it on the year or that night before, saying, what's the year of vision? Vision boards talk about 2020. I'm going to see things in a whole different light. I'm going to see me in a whole different light. I'm going to see myself a size 2 because what is the year of vision? Well,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it was the Eurovision. And that's how powerful we are as people of power or people
Mm-hmm.
of God, that we actually called forth something that, and now that the ramifications are here, we're like, wait a minute, I don't know if we wanted it that deep. But what I mean by that is it was the year of 2020. It was the year of vision. We got to actually see ourselves in a whole nother light. And what I mean by that is 204 Perry Lane is so much different than 202 Perry Lane. And
Mm.
let me expound on that.
Yes.
202 might have a foundation of God, but yet there's a lot of incest. There might be a lot of domestic violence. There might be a lot of child abuse that happened. And 204, maybe it didn't happen in Perry Lane. But the thing is, with this year of 2020, we were able to sit down and actually see ourselves. We were actually able to sit down and say, what do we want for our families? What do we want for our lives? What do I want for me? What can
Mm-hmm.
I birth? Just like you, as Girl You Better podcast. What can I birth? Because obviously the old ways isn't working anymore. So something new is coming. And because of that, a different message has to come. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe that I was created for a time like this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Look, if I could do a mic drop. Oh, that was so beautiful. Yes, go ahead and drop it for us. Wow. Well, I didn't expect that answer, just like many of the other answers that I have received, with doing these interviews. You are all so dynamic. Um, so Tiva, tell me, what are you hoping to see happen at this event?
Mm. I'm hoping that women get back, or whomever. I know that the conference is tailored to women, but men are invited as well. But I'm going to speak to women because that's
Yeah.
that's that's who I focus on. I hope women come to realize how powerful they are, or once were. If anything, the pandemic has really shown us: am I suicidal? Am I going to be a drug addict? Am I
Mm-hmm.
going to suffer the label of bipolar? Am I going to suffer the label of depressed? What label am I going to encapsulate on myself? And what
Mm-hmm.
I want people to remember when we actually are in this conference room, that you had a whole passion, you had a whole desire, you had a whole calling on your life before you
Yes.
accepted that label. You had you had a whole purpose
Mm.
even before the trauma happened. And it might not even happen in 2020. But it might happen when you were a little girl. Maybe somebody touched you and violated you, or whatever it was. But before that, there was
Mm-hmm.
still a calling on your life. And my thing is, I want women to understand that they're not just here by accident. Whether you're a product of a rape, whether you're a product of abandonment, whether you were adopted, whatever your boat, your story is, there's
Yes.
still a calling for you. And I believe in this conference, the women that I've already heard, each and every time I listen to the interview, I'm like, oh, that's good, that's good. So can you imagine when women that are hungry, they're saying, you know what, I'm tired of the lies, I'm tired of the fake stuff, because I'm sorry, there's so much fake stuff that happens on a day-to-day basis that we just have to go through in life. I think women are frustrated. They're tired of the fake stuff, the shenanigans, as I could say, or being, they're just tired. So I want our words to penetrate their spirits and let them remember who they were. Let them remember, like, I can do more than what I see. I can do more than what my husband said to me this morning. I can do more than what my kids expect of me. I can do
Mm-hmm.
more than that firing or that termination that happened. I am so much more. And if you don't believe me, just watch me in a year, because I'm coming. That's what I want.
You know, one thing that you said, which I have never heard termed that way, or explained that way before. Okay, so 2020, basically, like, it gave us all an opportunity, like you said, to figure out, like, okay, is mental illness going to overcome me? Am I going to become an alcoholic? Am I going to, involve myself in, destructive behaviors and everything? But you said something so powerful. Remember what you were called to do
That label.
before you were. Yes.
Before that label. It's funny, and I'm not different. I'm no different, but I
Yes.
purposely try to go above and beyond that label. But it's so funny, the labels that we have, and especially in COVID, how
Yeah.
social media became such an outlet.
Mhm.
OnlyFans became an outlet. TikTok became an outlet.
Mm.
It just enhanced more of what you were. So if you were to take those labels away, who are you? Who really were you when you were placed in your mother's womb and your dad's? Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that's another level. But
Yeah.
before
I understand.
before that, before that calling, or that thing that's always nagging at you, that you're trying to enhance with alcohol because you don't want to hear it no more, all that stuff that you're trying to cover up. Who
Mm.
are you? What is the foundation of you? And it's going to come out. You're just going to continue to cover it up until you really realize the calling on your life.
Thank you so much for, because somebody really needed to hear that. Somebody needed to remember, because right now they're dealing with a label that they no longer want to own that label.
Mm.
But dealing with the label, and then remembering what it was that we were called to do and to be, like you said, in your mother's womb, and in your father's sack, whatever. Let's it in the seed. Okay, we just gonna say seed. But yes, that is such an important thing, because scripture also tells us that he knew us.
Yep, in Jeremiah, absolutely.
Yes, yes, he knew us before we were even formed.
Yep.
Oh,
The thing is, we feel like we don't know that. We don't know. Well, if he had this calling for me, I don't know it. But honestly, if you just look at your life, everything
mhm,
that you've been through, the incest, the being bankrupt, the marriage that didn't work, all of that is pent up in who you are. So you
yeah,
can either consider that to be a problem, or you can accept that to be your catapult to the next level. It's your decision, baby girl. God's not going to stop and say, you know what? Since that happened to you, everything that I believed in you is just erased. He's never going to say that. He's going to say, okay, take that you mighty woman of valor, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call yourself, and
Yes.
go help somebody else. You don't go through that stuff just to isolate yourself and to
Mm-mm.
medicate yourself with drugs and medicate yourself with alcohol and depression and cutting yourself and all that other stuff. He didn't intend for you to do that. He intended for you to do that and overcome and help the next person, because somebody's not going to come out of it the way you are.
Exactly. Now, my next question, which everybody has brought such a unique um, adjective or a unique call to action when I ask this question. But now here's your opportunity because you've seen it already 4 times or you've heard it 4 times. Um, in your opinion, what is required for one to birth something?
Goes back to, you got to know who you are. And what I mean by that is, in order to birth something, let's look at the natural. I'm married. I have 5 kids biologically, 3 that we adopted. 5, in order for me to birth something, it wasn't ever a discussion between my husband and I, who's going to carry this baby. I had the equipment. I had the ovaries. I had all of that. He had
Mm-hmm.
the best time at creating it, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't the greatest time actually birthing it. But
Yeah.
I had to know I was the woman. I'm fully equipped to handle
Mm.
this. I'm able to take your seed, cultivate it, and give it right back to you at a whole nother level. So it wasn't even a choice of who's going to birth this baby. So I had to know it was me. I'm the foundation. I'm the only one
Mm.
that can do it. Even though there's 2 of us in this thing, just like you were talking about, you asked other people to do this thing with you, but yet they didn't come along. That's okay, baby. It wasn't your baby to birth. I'll birth that, and you ain't got to worry about that. So it's not my husband's baby to birth. Just give me the seed. I'll do what I got to do. Everything that I eat. So my babies were chocolate addicted. They were pizza addicted. Hey, because I'm able to do that. But definitely, it's my makeup. In order to birth anything, you got to know who you are. I can't tell my husband to birth my baby for me. I can't do that. He can give me his baby, but I know who he is. I know his development. I know his character. I know all of that. But one thing is, when that time comes to birth, and if you've ever had a baby, you know when it's time to birth that baby. You know
Mm-hmm.
that those contractions comes, that pain come, and that's not the time to say, you know what, abstinence is the key. That ain't the way to go. You're already here. You're ready to do this thing. So when you're ready to push, and when you're ready to do, there's going to be so much trauma. There's going to be some blood. There's going to be some heartache, and with even starting a business, there's going to be heartache. There's going to be hurt. There's going to be pain. But you still push through that. So if you're not able to maneuver, if you're not able to um, take the next step of actually pushing that thing after feeling those contractions, you're not ready. You're plain not ready. You're not ready to hear a no. You're not ready to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to work on this thing. You're not ready to. I'm gonna be as honest. A lot of family members just kind of don't go with you on some of the
Yeah.
journeys. If you're
Uh-huh.
not ready to have friends that you thought were friends that would support you, that
Yeah.
actually were the very first one to run away from you or betray you, you're not ready to birth things. But if
Yeah.
you are ready and say, you know what, in spite of A,
Mm-hmm.
B, C, and D, I'm still going to birth it. So there has to be an intestinal fortitude to push this thing out. It has to be, you have to actually own who you are first in order to birth anything. That's probably a lot.
Whew. Like I said, I like a whole compilation like of each one of you. Like I need to take this segment and just wow, like how to birth something because everybody has so eloquently answered this and so uniquely. And thank you for that answer. Know who you are. Ugh. Okay.
Are before you birth anything. Otherwise, you're going to reproduce. If it's kids, let's go with kids because I got a whole bunch of them. If you don't know
Yes.
who you are, you're going to birth kids that don't know who they are. A seed after its kind is going to produce after its kind.
Ooh.
So there's no way in the world an apple tree can produce a pear. It's just no way. So whatever you birth, just make sure that you have the intestinal fortitude, that you are strong in it. Even if you're fearful, do it fearful. But just do it and birth it. Get it done. That way, at least one of the characteristics of the thing that you birth is I'm a finisher. At
Yes.
least use that one.
I want to give you an opportunity as well to talk to speak to, because I called you the serial entrepreneur.
Oh, my husband would probably tell me I'm the one that with the blank anointing. I just have the blank check anointing. He thinks everything is a blank check for me because I just want to start a business today.
Yes, but for anyone that like once like how do you okay like oh how okay so how do you balance motherhood, business, um how does one continue success and not let anything fall by the wayside, because as women, so we're attention is called here and attention is called here and attention is called there. How do you what do you do?
That's such a loaded question.
I
Um,
know.
and honestly, I have to be honest. My husband will say that he won't let me forget what priority number one is. For
Mm.
me, I like money. I love money. I love to spend it. And if Nika Johnson is on here, forgive me. But I love to spend money. My husband does not. He's more of, no, we're going to hold off. No, we're not going to do that. But he will tell me to come back down to earth because everything that I do, I can sit with anybody for 10 minutes and tell you, hey, this will be a business for you and it'll be prosperous. That's a gifting for me. I can
Mm.
do that. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've been through. You just tell me 10 minutes of your story and I can say, hey, you do this, you can get some money from that. That's just my gifting. I've done that since I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So it's so easy for me to create a business quickly. But the thing is, I don't like the little details. I don't. I'm a big visionary. I just don't like the details.
Yes.
But as far as prioritizing, as far as I have daughters, and I think they might all be on here today. I don't know, but we have a group chat. So when they need, and as adults, when they need mom, I'm there. It's never a time where I have to. I'm like, I'm too busy. I'm always a group chat. That's why I said don't FaceTime me, just text me. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as home priorities, when I'm done doing business from 8 to 5, or I have to get up at 3 sometimes to 5 p.m., then it's family time. But I'm always available through text, whatever. If my husband says he's sick, I'm dropping it all and I'm coming home to take care of him. So, as you know, just honestly, as society, we are the sacrificial lambs of society per se for women. You're expected to take care of the kids. You're expected to take care of the house. You're expected to take all of that. But hold on, the Proverbs 31 woman was also a businesswoman. She was a real
Yes, she
estate woman,
was.
so that's why I'm in real estate. But but yeah, she was business, and my husband respects that. I haven't been any different. I've always had real estate on my mind. Always, he respects that. But it's all about. I'm a woman under submission. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm not one of these women like, oh, now you can't tell me nothing. Nope. If you got a good man, he can tell you what you need to hear, and then you can definitely focus. If you got a good one, if you got one of them
Yes.
broke leg ones, don't follow him. You shouldn't even marry him. You need to sit down. But if you got a good one, he should be able to
Mm-hmm.
tell your family where to go and how you should do things. And that's how I prioritize. I need to come back down to reality a lot of times. And if
Mm-hmm.
you have a good partner, he can tell you when you're just kind of out of the realm of that.
And also one thing I heard you say is that, you trust the people to you said the small details and everything, like
Oh yeah.
you're okay with delegating
Oh yeah.
tasks, duties, everything. You're the visionary. You're the big picture person.
Right.
So I think what I truly want to say and what I want people to know is that if you have a problem with control and you have a problem, like you have to micromanage, like you have to see what such and such is doing, or you got to have your hands in everything.
Mm-mm.
You cannot get to the next level. You cannot get to the next project that you probably have within you
Right.
because you're so busy with the stuff over here.
With the tiny stuff. With the tiny
Yeah.
stuff. And if you want to know the key to any millionaire or billionaire is that they own stuff. They don't own one thing. They own stuff.
Stuff.
And what I mean by that is it's great to have a business. You do whatever you got to do with that, take it to the next level. But don't just stop there. Get in other things to own it. Don't just rent. It's cute to rent, but you got to own some stuff eventually.
Hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you later.
Yeah.
Real estate tycoon. Anyway, okay. So my next question, um, what has been something that inspired you to birth, yet you didn't know at first how it was going to come to pass?
You know, I have to. When I started my first business, I think I was 16 years old. It was called Bottoms Up. Oh no, excuse me, that was the second one. The second business, it was called Bottoms Up. I was delivering uh, Pampers to individuals. There were 40 diapers for $10, and I had no idea how that was going to work out. Just being honest, I had no idea. And then getting into the real estate firm or the real estate side as well, I would call
Mhm.
people, cold call them, and say, hey, I was into land contracts at that time, trying to just be the middleman at
Mhm.
16. Crazy. Uh, but I would
Wow,
call,
that's amazing though.
would you want to sell your house? If so, I know somebody that's interested. And so I would get a lot of no's. And I remember just hearing my husband, because I came to him crying. At that time, he was my boyfriend. I'm like, they won't listen to me. I don't know if it's my age. How would they know how old I was over the phone? I don't know. But I don't know if it's because I'm black. How do I know? Maybe because my name is Tiba, they would probably know. But he was like, you got to stop crying. You got to accept those no's. You got to
Mhm.
hear those. Because where you're going, you got to be able to sit at a boardroom and someone tell you no and you not buckle. I'm like,
Mm.
I get that. So 9 times out of 10, I never know how it's going to change or turn out. I don't. I expect it to win. I
Mhm.
do because I like money. So that's the only reason why I go so hard. But, but if it doesn't, it's not skin off my back per se because
Mm.
I believe God has given me the vision for it. And if it didn't work, God, that's on you. You told me just do it. And maybe I didn't put things in process like I needed to. Maybe I didn't work out the details, but I
Yeah.
at least brought whatever was here to actual reality. And I think that is the thing. You got to stop being scared because once you have one success, you're just like, I don't care. I'll just do five, six more things. Some things aren't going to succeed, but if one out of those six do, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it puts some air in your chest when one thing succeeds. You're just like,
Hey.
you can't tell me
Yeah.
nothing. You can't tell me nothing. That worked. You know what I'm saying? That worked. And that's history you can stand on when you got one thing that worked. Just one thing.
Yes.
It puts air in your chest, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, I love that, putting air in your chest, because you know I think for many people who um they crumble at hearing no,
Mm,
um it's no, and I get it, like nobody wants to hear no, nobody likes to hear no, but the no's are necessary because sometimes those no's, they do sharpen our skills, like you said, maybe you missed something, maybe
mm-hmm.
and even at the time that you hear the no's, maybe that's just for a season, because the yes is going to even come with some something greater.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's going to work out, even more for your good, or for your clients
Yes.
benefit, what have you.
Absolutely. And just to kind of throw a little funny tailspin in there, if you got
Okay.
a black mama, you've been told no tons of times. Mom, can we stop at McDonald's? No, we got food at home. So it just that you're used to a no. You are so used to it. But if you are crumbling when it comes to business, mama prepared you when she said no all the time.
Yeah.
So just use that and be so craft. I'm pretty crafty now. When my husband tells me no, I can't. Okay, well, what if you got to be a little bit crafty
Yeah.
and get that yes. Yeah, I don't want to go there because I think he's watching. So thank you.
No, look, it's all good. Look, you could probably give us some tips on that. You've been married for 23 years, so I totally respect that. Um, you know, Tiba, I just want to thank you so much for accepting the invitation to come on this platform and speak, because as I've said before, each woman that has been on here offers something so different, and I think that's so needed, and that speaks to different facets of life.
Yes, yes,
And it's so beautiful how like we've become this puzzle,
yes, yes.
and it's all by God's design, that like
Yeah.
Lachey, like, okay, this person and that person and that person and this person, and we're all so different, but the one thing that we have in common, I believe, is that we love people, and we especially want women to win.
Definitely,
But we
definitely.
want people to win, period. But
Yeah.
yeah, but we want women to win, and to rise up, and to take their, just take everything that God has already um given us,
Hmm.
and make something work, that possibly maybe something that, as we've heard in our past, that's not going to work, that's not going to come to pass, that's a dumb idea, why would you even consider that, oh, that's risky, you're going to lose your money, why
Hmm.
would you want to go, why would you want to move there, why would you want to um work with these people, oh, that's going to be stressful on you, you don't have the resources. I mean, as women, we've been told so many things.
Hmm. Hmm. You are so right. You are so right. And just want to say, I didn't have the privilege of watching you and Lachey's interview. I did not. I don't know what happened, but I didn't have that. But I think we're all intricately woven into the fabric of this thing. And what I
Hmm.
mean by that is, I knew Lachey for a while, and so if I was to say anything, it would probably be biased, because I just think she's my favorite Lachey. And actually, I'm a fan of everybody. I love the entire panel. Some of you I haven't
Yes.
met, some I have, but Lachey, from day one, I've just always loved her.
Yeah.
We did Zumba class together, and she was just dynamic. And for her to become a minister was just a whole other level. And even just this platform to allow us to have a voice, because some of the time women's voices are lost. And just to hear
Mhm.
you say, well, this year this thing was birthed, I'm like, man, that's just awesome. And you had people that was supposed to jump on the bandwagon with you, and they didn't. And then you had Brandy. Me and Brandy go back, it's like super back. And Brandy is just so, to me, she's just precious. Like, I just want to be in her surroundings all the
Yeah.
time. So just to even hear her talk, it's like I melt. Ashley,
Yes.
I've had a few encounters with Ashley, and her voice is just so subtle. It's just so sweet that you
It
could
is.
just hear. You could just kind of meditate to it. I don't even know how to meditate, but you can meditate to her voice. You know what I'm saying? Then,
Yes.
and then Michelle, I haven't had the privilege of meeting her, but
Mhm.
yesterday I was able to watch her, and I'm like, I'm a rock with this chick. I mean, real life, like, because to hear her say, I was in the food stamp line and said, "This is it." I remember being there. Well, no,
Mhm.
I don't. I don't. My husband's like, "No, we ain't never doing that." So that's a whole other level. But
Yeah.
when you get somebody like that, I'm telling you, those are the type
Mhm.
of people. Because I don't call a lot of people my friends, but that I can rock with her, because
Yeah.
she's going from level to level to level to level, and baby, we're gonna be at the top. That's where I see her at. So I mean, I don't know if you have any more interviews, but I mean, all of us collabing together, we're a train wreck. We're ready to happen. We're ready to do this thing. I'm telling the people that's coming. I can see it already. Their minds are going to explode, because we're all coming with a different facet of life. We're all giving truth, and like I said, nobody's coming for the falsehoods and saying,
Mhm.
and we're all coming with the experience. We're all coming
Mhm.
with a whole nother message and saying, hey, this is how we do this. And level up. I'm not perfect. I ain't there yet, but what I'm telling
No.
you, let's do it together. And I thank Lachey so much for a platform that we can do this thing in, where I entrust my children, my daughters, to come and say, hey, it's not just me, because mama, they kind of don't hear you anymore when you mama. But when
Oh
you got
yeah.
other women on the platform and say, hey, pull it together. because this is why you pull it together. It's not
Mhm.
yeah, you cute as heck, but that cute ain't it. Cute ain't it, baby. You need a foundation of God. And
Mhm.
when I got other women saying that, and we all tag team and say, "Hey, girl, you got this. Let's do it together." I'm telling you that's profound. That is what God wants. He wants a whole panel of women that's going to rock the boat, and that's what we're coming to do December 4th.
Y'all, look, she done said it. She done broke it down so it could forever be broke. Okay. December the 4th. Please be there. Registration ends tomorrow, November 15th. I don't know. Look, I don't know if the Lord's going to touch Lachey and tell her to open registration back up. But look, registration is closing tomorrow because there's so much preparation that needs to go into this. There's
Yes.
a number. There's a number that's needed. Okay, head count. All right. I know our people are bad at that, and we be like, oh, we just gonna show up. Oh, we
Mm-mm,
just gonna be at the door.
mm-mm, nah.
Let's not do that this time, y'all. Let's not be her. Let's
Yes.
I
Yes.
know we are bad at that, but let's not let's RSVP. Let's
Let's do
confirm.
it. Let's do it.
Okay.
And I know for me, it's a commitment thing. If I put my name there, that means I gotta show up. Okay, for this year, let's really do what we say we're gonna do. Wherever your name is gonna be, you should be there anyway, because that's where your greatness is instilled at, wherever your
Hmm.
name is at. So don't be letting them call your name and your name ain't there. Oh, something
Right.
came up. No, you didn't use that excuse 8 times, no more. Do something with your life. Do some, at least try and do something different. And
Yeah.
going to this conference of women that's gonna scream in your face and say, pull it together in a nice way. If you're doing it with Ashley Way, she gonna do it really nice. But me, I'm gonna say, pull it together. You know that ain't right.
Mhm.
Stop doing it. Get it together. You need that. You need that. So just come on, December 4th. I'll be there. My girls will be there. We're all gonna show up and we gonna show out. And you need it. You came to this interview. You know you need it. Quit playing games.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And yes, this is the last interview. You are closing it out.
Oh, I'll be closing
Um,
the conference too. That's interesting.
yes, yes. So, yeah, this is the last. We didn't get to. I guess Renee's schedule didn't permit for us to interview, but I can't wait to meet her. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with her just yet, but let's go ahead and get everybody to register that needs to be registered. Have a beautiful remainder of your Sunday evening. God bless you on this week. And so in that's 3 weeks, 3 weekends from.
Yes, it's happening fast. It's happening fast. So that, just register. It can't hurt to register. It cannot. Just I don't even know how long the conference is, but why try something different? Because if you think about it, you're in the same routine of getting up, going to work. If you got a job or if you work from home, whatever it is, you're in the same routine. Break up the pattern intentionally. Come and hear words of God from women of God. I'm still being converted. I'm still working on me. I think God every day just kind of shakes his head and like, Tiba, really? But he's there for me.
Yes.
He's still there. He ain't put on me yet. But I'm just saying, come and rock with us. Come and sit down with us. Come and sit in our boat. Hey, you having marriage issues? I've had marriage issues too. They're not right now. Me and my husband is great right now, but I've been there. Let's talk about this. Let's chat because baby, I'm telling you, I can give you some tools, and you might be able to give me some tools. Just because I'm on a panel doesn't mean I can't learn from you. So let's come and
Yes.
converse. Let's do some things. When women get together, it's dynamic, and that's the intentions of this conference.
It really is. Iron sharpens iron, and everybody that is on this panel is iron. So yes, I want to learn from the audience too. I want to take something away from the audience as well. So I'm sure there will be an opportunity, possibly for maybe some Q&A. I don't know. I will have a booth set up. I'll be selling my booths, coaching. I mean, I'll be selling my books, coaching services, just different things. So I can't wait to see you all. I'll be hopping on that plane coming on into Omaha on Thursday night. Hopefully, it will not be so cold. I'm so used to this good old Texas sun, this
I'm so
weather.
jealous.
So
So jealous. So jealous.
so please, I hope the weather. Yeah, and we've all been praying about the weather, that for anybody who actually is driving or
Yeah,
flying or whatever, that
yeah.
that it's all good. But anyway, I'm going to end this episode for now, and thank you so much again, Tiba, for coming on.
Sure. Thank you for having me. It is a blessing to be on your platform, and I speak life to it. Let this be the the least amount of views you'll ever have. Let
Mm.
let TV stations discover who you are, not because of what you do, but because of the woman that you resonate to be. And because you want to expose others, let that exposure come to you in a healthy way. So much so it comes with money.
I received that. I received that. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
Ooh. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Don't leave, Tiba.